This one right here.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey.
This is the way we work, RJ.
Be a fish. God damn it.
Yeah? Let me hand it in.
Hey, was je toontje op?
Hey!
How about it, man? Tighten?
Yeah,
I'll bring him
yeah,
for-
it's a little bit windy. Hey, man. Hey. How you doing? Good. Where are we?
The people, man, the fucking noise. You go out and the first song, and it's just fucking, and you just, I mean, what else does a person need to go fucking absolutely over the top?
First time we played in Seattle, Washington, we played the Paramount Theater, which is where I went to my first concerts and saw Queen, Kansas, and Rush on the same bill. I saw Blue Oyster Cult, T-Rex opening. I saw Kiss, and Savoy Brown, and the list goes on and on. First time we went to Seattle, that's where we played, and I was freaking out. I wouldn't come out of my hotel room. We were staying across the street from the place because I was so nervous. It was the first time I'd been nervous in years. It was such a turning point for me to play where I had stood in line, slept overnight to see bands, and all of a sudden there I was playing there.
Geez, you know, the best thing about the last 10 years is the fans, man. The rock and rollers that have come out and supported us for the last 10 years, it's been amazing. And I can't get enough of it. I love it.
This is a song from way back in 1982. It has a special meaning to me because it's the first song that we played together that really made us a band and gave us a sound of Motley Crue. It goes something like this.
Take my
know, my dad said, he told me he used to play in the marching band when he was in school. And, you know, that's about all he did, so he didn't really, I mean, I guess he's a musician. He played the drums, you know? Yeah.
4 EAW cabinets.
You're going to take care of that, Rich, right? You'll take care of that?
Management is freaking out.
I think the first time that music really got me was when my grandparents used to listen to country radio, and I heard Jimmy Dean singing Big Bad John, and it was the coolest song of all the country songs at the time. And I remember I started making requests. I lived in Twin Falls, Idaho. I started making requests like twice, 3 times a day to hear that song. I think the VJ, or back then I guess it was DJ, started getting really sick of hearing my voice.
Fuck. Let's go! My first musical instrument was a piano when I was like 8 years old. And my dad and mom brought it home. They got it for free from some hobo or something. And that's where I really started getting interested in music. And I moved out here to California, and my cousin bought me my first guitar for $12 from a pawn shop. I think it was a Stella. And that's what really started me off on my musical career.
First time I ever played in a band was, I'd say I was about 16 years old, and we were playing in my backyard, and we'd put out flyers, and we had some keggers and stuff, and band was called Rock Candy, and my parents had gone away for the week, or for a couple days, you know, that's what I thought anyway. And anyways, we had all these people. There's like 300 people. There's people on the roof. People were diving into the pool, and it was completely out of control. And then all of a sudden, my parents came home, and I was like, I thought I was in big trouble, but you know, I don't know. They dug it. They were shocked, but they really liked the music a lot. It was really cool, and. You know, my dad was dancing with these girls and stuff in the living room, and they ended up staying and hanging out until the police broke it up. So I thought it was pretty cool.
remember one time I was with a friend of mine, and we were sitting on Sunset Boulevard, and these two fans came up, and I had a black Corvette and blacked out windows, beautiful car, and comes up and asked for an autograph, and so I give him an autograph, and we talked for a second, and the kids walked away, and then I roll up the window, I start to take off, and then I stop, and my friend goes, what are you doing? And I go, I'm going to tell them, because they were talking about the car, you guys bought this car. And he goes, no, don't do that. They're going to think that you're a snob, that you're saying, oh yeah, thanks for the car, man, you bought it, right? But I was trying to say, thank you, because if the fans didn't go out and buy the albums, I couldn't live. You know, this is like my job. I make music that entertains people, but if it wasn't for the fans, there would be no home, there would be no nice car, there would be no tattoos, because I couldn't afford them, and the fans make us what we are.
Motley Crue, yes! Big Steel! Mickey Steel!
Tommy Lee! Ghost is funny!
You know, a lot of people aren't fortunate to be able to do what they like to do, but fuck, you know? Well, then don't do it. Try something else.
They're just a bunch of fucking comedians. I love these guys. It's fucking hilarious.
Hey, Lon, can you put those curtains back on?
I can't believe it. Ethnic slurs. It's bad enough hearing the shit jokes for 4 hours, and the booger jokes, and the bodily fluid jokes. Now they're fucking making fun of my religious upbringing.
so you really are going to have to get in.
The cover, boys. The cover of what?
A lot of inspiration when I started first playing the guitar comes from Jeff Beck and Michael Bloomfield and a lot of the more bluesy feeling guitar players. I get a lot of my rock edge from guitarists like Ritchie Blackmore, a few guitarists like that. And that's basically how I developed my style, although I do tend to lean towards the blues. Like that kind of stuff. It's my favorite.
Do you guys like these artsy angles?
People always ask me about my son Gunnar, what he's going to be when he grows up, or what I want him to be, or is he going to be a musician like his dad, or whatever. That sucks. Can you imagine? That's what I grew up with. I'm not going to do that to him. He can be anything he wants to be. He can, it's his life. You know, I just try to help him out. And, you know, I know there's a lot of Motley fans out there that have kids, and they have to have the same attitude as I do, because that is the Motley crew attitude towards life, is don't put me down. Don't tell me what I can do, and just let me be me, whatever that is.
Hey! Oh, no. So where is it, Jimmy?
I swear a dog ran off with it.
To the principal's office.
Back again, huh, Jimmy?
But a dog really did run off with it.
You're just never able to see our side of things, are you?
Bend over.
Your side of it. I wish somebody could see my side of it.
Just in my bag, Baba, two bells ring. You know it's my
I'm afraid that we owe you an apology.
One more time! Smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys' room. Now, teacher, I'm fooling around with your rule. Everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school.
Now maybe you'll see my side of things.
Yeah, I'd taken guitar lessons when I was, geez, probably about 9 or 10, maybe even earlier, I'm not sure. But I was such a keyed up little kid that I didn't want to practice, you know. I was like, I just wanted to be good at it right then. And I really wish that I would have stuck with it. You know, I mean, you have to practice practice makes perfect. You know, that's what they always said.
There's a space down by Jeff Beck.
Where?
We got Jeff Beck here. There you go.
Cool.
Get on top of Jeff Beck there.
We like Beck. We love Beck, actually.
What was it? It was old. It was like, fuck, I can't even remember the year of that thing. I borrowed it from junior high school, from 6th grade. They had a little band there, and they had a old gold sparkled Ludwig kit that was pretty wild, and that they let me borrow. I remember for a weekend, man, and that weekend seemed like a month to me, man. I never had a drum kit, and here this thing was a school let me borrow for like the weekend, and I played that fucking thing all day, all night for the whole weekend. It was badass.
I see the band staying together pretty much no matter what. We've been through so much together. I can't see much breaking the band up except for if anybody in the band decides to get back into drugs again.
Get down! Come on, Vincenzo. Let's go!
When I'm on tour and stuff, sometimes guitar players for opening bands come in and they're playing their licks over and over again. And so I'm practicing, and I'm thinking to myself, now why is this guy practicing? Doesn't he know these licks by now? Whenever I practice, I like to do something completely different because the licks I know. I don't need to practice them. So I try to invent or create something new.
You, dude! Yo, I'm on my way.
Phone for you, Mr. Moss. I'm on my way.
I'm on my way.
Wow, man, like this is weird.
I'm on my way. You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high, so I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right, it doesn't mean they were always wrong. Just take this song, and you'll never be left all alone. Take me to your heart, fill me in your bones. Just one more night, and I'm coming on this long and winding road. set me free.